of the Champions Season 13 on the PS4. Thank God we get rid of the Roman numerals, because people who aren't very intelligent like myself get confused so badly. And when you're an admin, it takes more work. Why we can't just have 1 and 3? You know, we're from England. I'm from England. We rule the world for a reason, and I'm sure it wasn't to have Roman numerals. So apparently, you know. Anyway, I've gone to 13. I are going Roman numerals. I've decided to go 13 already. I'm looking for some. Who will that be? Who knows? So basically, we're back. The Triple B ranking, if you don't know what it's about, go onto my YouTube channel. The first episode goes on about that. I'm gonna bore the life out of you. We have a different guest today on this episode. It is the one and only, the Canadian superstar, Shagrath. Welcome, Shagrath.
Hello.
Before we came on air, Shagrath has it because he's so great. He thinks he knows the next 4 in the rankings. I haven't told him. So this is either going to be absolutely amazing, and he'll be able to make himself one of those, is it seance people can tell the future and stuff and talk to the dead, or it's going to go down in a ball of flames. Yeah, so, you know, the pressure's on him. The pressure's on him. Yeah. Also, I've been speaking to the White House, and Donald Trump may be with us the next episode. You know, so that should be good as well. So Canadian and American, fantastic. Should be a lot of fun. So let's get on to the next 4 then. So we have seen 8 teams so far. Now we're going to be looking at the rankings of 21, 22, 23, 24. Now, which 4 teams then, Mr. Shagrath, do you think it'll be?
Okay, so after much deliberation,
yep,
of like 5 minutes, I think you're gonna. I don't know in what particular order.
No, you don't need
Nightwings. I think my guys, the Nightwings, will be in that group. The Edible Rexes by Synonymous, and the Norse Nightwatch United.
Yep.
And maybe the Lustrian All Stars.
I'm just writing them down, so we'll see how you do. Well, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how good you are. Max out of 4. Let's have a look then. So what's he gone for? He's gone for them, and them. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay then. Let's get on with it then. So let's see how good of a tip you really are, and if you can see into the future. Right then. Number 24 is the Nightwatch United. It seems Shagrath said. Whoa, here we go. Looking good. So that is, to my knowledge, the Norse team. I don't really know much about this guy. I think it's a cool name. It sounds very Japanese. This is probably from England, but Shayu Oliveira sounds very, very well. The first part sounds Japanese. The second part maybe Indian, maybe. I don't know. I'll try not to dig myself into too much of a hole, as I probably will. It seems pretty good. 12 players. Norse Aurora was one. I tried Norse, and I needed counselling. That's how bad it was. I just have games where I'd have like 4 or 5 players left. And it's like, oh, Bernie, you can't let them have 50 hits. I'm like, they're not getting 50 hits. They're getting 30 hits. And I've got no players left. And, you know, people say, oh, yeah, well, block's a good defensive skill as well. But no, never used to save me. Block on the Yetis is really good. The problem I have with Yetis is they're great. They all scare the living daylights out of me. But it's a well-known fact that, you know, Yetis don't perform very well in the playoffs because, thanks to Serious Jest, who started the Hippies are Yetis, Yetis are Hippies, they have this big massive crowd what goes around to all the Norse games now and shout the Yeti is a hippie and puts them off, and they go wild animal, the sulk, the dub skull and everything. So you know, that to me is a negative on the Yeti. They're not very good for the playoffs. Apart from that, I like it. Jon Snow, Benjen Stark, so we've got a bit of Game of Thrones on here. So, you know, I like it. I want this team to do quite well. There's no Postman in there. I'm sure there's a Postman in the Night's Watch. So, you know, he loses points for that. It's all right, team. It's all right. I think some of the teams what I've seen in other videos are better than this. But obviously, like I said, this is the great thing about the ranking formula thing. I don't have a say in this. It's all done by obviously the formula. And they think that this team has a better chance than them. Is there anything you like about this team? Or I think, oh, your favourite guys in the chat. As a win, 40 four-time champion of the world, soon to become welcome champion. He won. Okay.
No tackle. There's no tackle. Like I look at this team and I don't mind it. It's solid. I like the Yeti, but he seems to use the Yeti a lot, right? So, as somebody who's playing against him, you can probably anticipate that coming. So can be good.
Yeah.
Wild animals. I don't know if I don't know. There's something about having which seems to be this ball carrier here, having guard and getting him in the scrum.
That's an interesting one. Yeah, I suppose it's because any double they usually try and get guard, don't they? Because that's something they're weak on. But yeah, I must admit, it's like, it's like, hey man, I got the ball. I'm gonna go and sit next to a guy with the mighty blow and piling on. Yay!
And on defense, you're just gonna go in there and base and hope somebody doesn't know how. I mean, that's with your armor 7 ball carrier.
Yeah, I mean, like, Aswin's in the chat, like I said, and Annie's in the chat as well. Really unlucky not to qualify, buddy. I feel for you, bud. But hey, it is what it is, isn't it? Aswin said he'd love to take on this team with no tackle. Well, you'd like to take my team on because I have no team and no tackle.
The no tackle thing is huge. I don't like not having a tackle.
The thing is, though, he does have frenzy. He's got 5 frenzy pieces. The poor man's tackle, as it's well known. So, I get it.
That'll help, but it's not. I don't know.
No, it's
for
not.
what 24 games? For 24 games, these berserkers seem woefully undeveloped.
You don't know how splattered they've been, though. That's the thing, isn't it?
Maybe. He's only had 3 deaths, I think, something like that. So if they've both been berserkers, that kind of sucks.
I mean, he's got the base stand, so that's good. So obviously for frenzy, 11 wins, 6 draws, 8 losses. I mean, it's Norse. What can I say? You're always going to have that sort of thing happens here. He did beat the Bretonians, the top men of Stumpumper, so that's a big win there for him. I don't dislike the team, apart from obviously the guard on the runner, but I also sort of get why he's done it as well. But
there's reasoning behind it. I'm not going to shit on him too much for it. I don't know if I would do it, even with the doubles. I'd be like, there must be something else.
I mean, Fenn would have been maybe interesting. I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. Yeah, Shohan's good spot. Yeah, he's got no Shohans, has he? Would
also be a tough matchup for him.
Anything, like that. I personally wouldn't dislike playing this team, apart from Yetis usually do well against me. But I think it's like we was talking about. I think he was watching the other show with the that underworld goblin with extra armor and foul appearance. It was like, I can see why they've done it. I just wouldn't have done it myself. I don't know. It's okay.
And like he's only got a 1-man bench for your armor 17 with 2 fouling guys. I mean,
and he's only got 30k in the bank, hasn't he, as well? I mean, it's like, I don't know. Just for people who just joined us, Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America, will be joining me. He's a big fan of the show. Obviously, he loves his Blood Bowl, very like American football, but harder, obviously, is Blood Bowl. So we will have Donald Trump. We're hoping to have him on the next episode, so don't go anywhere. It may be in about an hour's time, so that's big news. Donald Trump will be in the building, and he has plenty to say, and he will be giving you all his expertise as, a guy who runs a country. Surely he's going to be good at doing this. So remember, he will be on. Also, obviously, Shagras trying to predict which 4 will be in this show. He predicted this team, so congrats to him. And he also predicted the Halfling team, Edible Rexes. What else did you predict? Illustrian All-Stars and the Nightwings, your team, yeah. Interesting. So, anything else you want to say about this team, or anybody want to know anything about them?
No, I don't like the thrower. I don't like the thrower on a Norse team.
Do you not? No. Yeah, it's very Marmite, isn't it? Yeah.
Just use the runner as your ball carrier and go. You shouldn't be throwing the ball. Who's gonna catch it?
Yeah.
What?
And Andy says, "I bet the Oak Thrower is his favorite player." Are you on about
Maybe.
Donald Trump now? Yeah, maybe. Who knows? So yeah, that's the team then. So like I say, it's not a bad team, but like I think Shagos made a lot of good points about the guard, and then obviously only 12 players, only got 30k in the bank. He's got to go through 5 rounds. That's going to be tough. He's going to have to get very lucky.
5 rounds is going to be hard with 12 guys.
Yeah,
it's going to suck,
especially with AB7 like them, because the thing is they can't really dodge away like Wood Elves and that can. These can't, and that I think is the main problem, isn't it?
That's the big thing with Norse, right? You can't really get away if you get locked down.
And that is the issue, and I found that out a bit slightly with Kislev as well. Right, so obviously, so you're doing all right there, right? You're doing all right, and so the first one you got right. Now this next one, I was like, "Ooh, that's interesting," and then I thought, "Is this right?" Because it's quite. I would have thought, because he had such a good season, he might be a bit closer to the top, but he isn't. And the team we're going to go have a look at, who is ranked 23rd in the Triple B rankings, is the top Orc player, Crunch Patrol. He actually beat he beat Anania and a Sergal, who finished the second Orc team. And the Triple B rating's like, you know what, guys, I prefer Sergal. And I don't think he's got a clear chances what some may think. This is what I say I like about the Triple B rating is it takes out all the like emotional aspects and stuff, and it just tells you as it is. And they're saying it's good, but it ain't nowhere near. The Triple B rating doesn't expect this to win. Is basically what I'm saying. I like I said, like the guard. There's 6 guard on there. He's got a killer. Yeah. He's got 3 mighty blow. He's got a dirty player. No tackle bow the killer. So and thick skull on a killer. Man. Thick skull, interesting.
You paid. I don't know.
I
don't buy that one.
I do. Well, that's some interesting. Maybe that's what's really messing up with my secret formula. Maybe seeing shit like that and saying, "Nah, but yeah, I've been that." I mean, I don't know nothing about Frigdag. I don't know. Here's Duran.
He plays kill teams. He usually plays kill teams.
Is he any good? This is a good record.
He's solid. I guess solid. I haven't been overly impressed or unimpressed with him. I guess I don't like. So I played him a couple times.
So we've been polite and sitting on the wall. And the reason I say wall is because Crunch Patrol Stadium is called Big Beautiful Wall. We'll all have a seat on there. 14 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. Now, when I see 1 loss, I always like to see who beat him.
Who's the loss?
It's the bonus Shod's team. That's Kemry.
Shod, yeah.
Kemry gave him a good slap.
Shod's better than he is, for sure.
Oh, there you go. Fighting talk already. So yeah, I mean, it's that's it.
I don't know. I haven't had a problem with him. I'm just saying. I just think that's my opinion. Anyway,
Shod's like, please don't give me this guy now because I've got so much pressure on now. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a Sergal build, but it's probably a bit more efficient than a Sergal build, to be fair. I don't dislike it, but I'm not crazy on it. I always dislike it when I don't know the coach, because I always like personally to think, oh, if this was an Arzawin team, let's say, for instance, I'll be like, oh yeah, wow, this team's got a great chance because it's Arzawin. But I mean, you did really well in the final with your Orcs, so obviously, you know, you know a bit about Orcs, and obviously I like to think I know a bit about Orcs. I like it. It's no frills, but it'll do a job. But if it comes against
that Norse team will have a hard time with these guys.
Oh yeah.
And they have more TV than these guys, right?
Yeah,
these guys will just smother them.
Yeah.
All he has to do is base, and then smothers the shit out of him. He can't do anything.
Yeah, against a team like Wood Elves or Wheelies rolling ones, and that, I think Elves would be like, you want the ball? Come and get it. Yeah. And they beat the crap out of the bloody blitzer.
Like, who's his ball carrier? Who carries this thing? Like,
I think it's a proper rock team. Ball, we'll have the ball when we kill the rest of the team. We don't need the ball.
Okay.
You know, I think that he's built him like that. You know, obviously he desperately wants his killer to be kept on the pitch because of the thick skull. That's the only reason I can think why you would put it on.
So if you're playing against him, like maybe try and pick on. Obviously, you're going to try. And
yeah,
pick on that
try
guy
and
anyways, but
he likes the blitzer. Take the blitzer out because he may rage quit.
who's your favorite guy? Get him first.
Yeah, get him. Yeah, who's your daddy? But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't mind this team, but the Triple B rating isn't impressed at all. He obviously thinks that there's a lot of teams that will rip the shit out of this, and it's up to Freak Dag to prove us wrong, or try to prove the Triple B rating.
I don't
wrong.
mind being proved wrong.
I'm consistent at it now. I'm that good. I do it every year. I get proven wrong. So hey, I'm not bitter that I tipped Shagraf to win with the Orcs, but hey, not bitter at all in the final.
Did you tip me? I don't think you tipped me.
Did I not?
Teddy
I'm sure
Top tipped me. I don't think you did.
Oh, all right. Well, Teddy Top, it's your fault. Yeah, but you're Orcs, so I can't see why I would have tipped the Orcs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm sure. Anyway, right. So that's this thing. Right. This next team. This is a key team because this has been given the dark horse seal of approval by the Triple B rating. Why this is significant for two reasons. The only time we ever did this triple rating, the dark horse. Basically, for anyone who doesn't live in the UK, it's an outsider. What the formula thinks could do a lot better than its ranking. Last time I did the Triple B formula, that team was a Dark Elf team coached by Segel, and it went and won the championship. This season, it's been given to Fuji no Jukai, if I pronounce that right, Shod's Wood Elves. Now, people will be like, What? Azawain's Wood Elves high up in the rankings than this dude? And obviously that's someone you didn't obviously tip either, so it's not going well after a good start. But yeah. I was like very surprised when I saw in the formula that this team was next on here.
I'm questioning your formula now, man. I don't know. I don't buy it. There's nothing wrong with this team. What's wrong with this team?
I don't know. The formula never lies. I mean, you look at this team, don't you? He's got a Postman! Oh my god, the Postman leveled up and got movement after agility. I tell you, people never listen to me. They think I'm just a crazy old man. What probably is true, but when I don't talk much sense, but when I do, it's about the Postman. 2 level ups, agility 5, movement 8. The Postman is gonna get it done. That alone should make him, I don't know, ranked first in my book. But for some reason, the Triple B doesn't like it. I love this team. 2 strip ball tackle leapers with sidestep. Grab on your tree. Agility 5, movement 8 thrower. Another movement 8 lineman. Strength 4 lineman. 2 guard. Kick. Block. What? Why is it this so, why is it? But,
It's only got 4 block guys. Only 4 guys on the team with block.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe it's that. Maybe it's because Shod doesn't have a good record in the playoffs. That is another thing. The formula will check everything. And I like to mix about with... Put it one way. If Azuain was the coach of this team, I did calculations slightly different without giving too much away. This team would have been looking in the top 10. That's how much of an influence a 4-time champion would have. Yeah. But he isn't. So Shod... And Shod's great. I played Shod a few times this season, and he's improved massively. And when I was looking at doing my own tips, this was one of the 5 I'd narrowed it down to. So you may get the Bernie's Curse, aka the Bernie's Tip, doubly what everyone says. And I like it. I mean, what's wrong about this team? Is there anything wrong with this team?
Is the thing and dodge really, and lack of dodge. Like he's got 4 guys with dodge. Is that it? 4? Just 4?
He's got his
dodge
team,
and block. I guess lacking basic skills for an elf team is problematic.
Yeah,
maybe
it could be. I mean, I just look at it 22nd, and it has. I mean, to be fair, it is the dark horse, so the formula is saying it's down there for a reason, and I think it could be to do with the block, and I think it could be to do with the the basics, and obviously Shod hasn't got a good record in the playoffs, so things like that will give you a few minuses, but it is saying if Shod can play his A game, this is the team what could just out the outsiders. This is the team the formula is saying will win it. So
like most teams, it'll really depend on who he draws. Like if he draws, not even just goblins or halflings or some shit like that, but if he draws the Norse team, he has a very good shot at winning that for sure.
I
but
think
if you
this
draw something like the Nurgle, I don't know. I think he's fucked.
I think this team will take on anything. I was looking at all the matchups.
I'm not saying he won't take it on. I'm just or do
you
well.
know? Do you know when?
I'm just saying that he'll
yeah. I'm just thinking. You know, when I look at them, when I do obviously when I do use the review without the formula, I look at what would be a really bad matchup. Not that I can't win it, but what would be a really bad matchup?
Yeah.
But I look at this team, I'm like,
sure.
Even if I had this team against Nagel, what would be awkward because of the foul appearance, the tentacles, and all that sort of stuff, I'd still fancy my chances because I've got so much firepower. Oh, I'm gonna put tentacles on a war dancer. All right, big deal. You're still gonna have to roll a POW. I've got so many weapons. I've got movement. I've got speed. I've just got everything, and you've got a tree as well. So. And obviously the grab will help with the 110ers. I just like this team. I really do. I don't know why it's I don't know why it's 22nd, but hey, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Right
I'm just trying to find reasons to shit on it. That's all. Like I think it's great.
I think you made a good point. I think it's the lack of, the normal things really. Block and stuff like that. And
what makes an elf team really annoying is block and dodge.
Yeah.
Dodge.
Really. And even no diving, tackle, sidestep, anything like that. There's nothing. I don't know. I mean, it obviously all gets jumped up with all the formula, and they've just spat it out saying it's got potential, but it's saying, look, it's not as great as what some of you may think it is. I would have had it top 10, definitely. So there you go. So the last team. Now then, are we going to get to see Shagrath's Vamps?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if you was on the show and your team came up? People would be thinking, hey, up a minute. Bernie's getting Bernie's pulling the fast one here.
I think they should have been higher up on the list. I'm not really happy with them.
No. The 21st team and the final team in this compilation is Bluebell Wives, Robin DeZone. So Shagrath, Vampires, higher than that Wood Elf team. The formula is telling me you should beat that Wood Elf team. So no excuses if you get beat by them.
I can beat that Wood Elf team. I can kick the shit out of them.
Absolutely. Build a goddamn wall. Build a wall. You'll be fine. All right. Robin DeZone, love this guy. Love how he plays Amazons. I thought he had Arswin. I really did last season. I thought he had Arswin. Then he made the horrendous mistake. He made what I call the Shagrath. Where basically, obviously, very famous, where the vampire just decided with the ball just to walk off the pitch. Any crazy player now, I call the Shagrath. And he did the Shagrath. That's basically what he did. It was like, hey, man, I'm the killer on the Amazon team. If you want to punch me, you can. And he did, and he lost him, and it went wrong after that. That would be a good matchup again. As I was saying, he wants Zons. He wants them. You got to be careful though, because he should have had you last time. I think.
Well, he only had 2 rerolls or some shit like that too, eh?
Yeah. What was all that?
In that that was
bit of thug life going on there, wasn't it? Bit of thug life. I'm gonna roll with 2 rerolls. Yeah. Trying to bluff it out, wasn't he? But I mean, I pulled him up with this wife thing. I mean, I don't know why, because obviously in England we call it wives, WIFE, or with the S if you want the S on there. And he goes, this is really old school, people really old will know, and blah, blah, blah. Wife. Cass wife. I don't fucking know.
Here in Canada, too, we spell it WIFE. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the plural.
Yeah. I don't know what he's done. I don't know. Maybe he's done it to get our head. But, let's have a look. I mean, I'm trying to find Bernie's wife. Why is Bernie's wife only got 3 points? What have you been doing? That is disgraceful. There's no Postman in there. That's disgraceful. Postman wife would have been nice. Typical Cass, he gets the killer, so that's quite funny. Synonymous, he's got agility 4. Personally, I think he should have dirty play because he is a dirty player and he likes to stamp on people. I can't see Shagrath's wife on there.
Nobody likes me. I'm never in any of these fucking things. I see all you guys with all your named players. I get kind of butthurt. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Do you think it might? Do you think it might be because it's got Shag in your name? Do you think they might be too scared that it might, fold? The admins might be able to.
In North America, that's not much of a big deal. I mean,
it is in England. It is in the UK. Yeah.
The UK shagging with sex. Like, like, well,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have no problem with that.
I don't have no problem with it, but do you think maybe that's
like
it?
sex.
You know, I'm sure about you. Yeah, I'm sure everyone in the chat probably likes sex as well. You know, let's quickly do a poll. Who likes sex? Put their hands up.
Who likes sex? Put your hands up.
This is what happens when you get a Canadian on the show. He goes from bloody, you know, from the playoff previews to sex. This is why I'll never be as popular as Jimmy Fantastic. Never. No with shit like this.
that guy's a character. He's funny.
Absolutely.
But my wife listens to him and is like, "Oh, his laugh is so horrible."
It's like I went on without going too far off. Durin says sex is overrated. I went on VG Purist show. And it was really good. And my missus like, oh my god, that VG Purist has got a sexy voice. I love listening to him like that. Not even her own accent. I'm like, oh yeah, thanks, love. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I thought someone from Hull would give me a bit of, but no, she just, and she's like, oh, I like that Rambo. That Rambo's really nice on the Xbox. It's like, is there anybody you don't like apart from me? Who streams.
It's new, man. It's new.
God damn it! No one loves me. No one loves me. But she's like, when are you gonna be on that show with VG again? It's like, maybe in the playoffs. Oh yeah, get on there with him. Oh yeah, okay, love. Yeah, thanks. So yeah, but yeah, there we go. Apparently nobody likes sex because nobody's actually, apart from Durin says overrated, nobody said they wanted to like sex. I guess we just us two. Fair dues. Must be a Spanish thing or something. Maybe they just like sex. I don't know.
Maybe.
Members of film, no sex, please. We're British. But that was, oh god, I'm sure me saying now. Fucking hell.
Oh, that stereotype, man.
Yeah, I know. It's shocking. Anyway, back to what we're really here to do. The Bluebell Wives. Yeah, I don't like the spelling of the wives. I'll be honest. His team value is only 40-50. He's got 150k in the rank in the cash. I like that. He's got 3 rerolls this time, so he's listened and took.
He's come out of his.
Yeah, so that's good.
I don't know what he was smoking.
I don't. But apart from Cass, again, this is the issue. He's only got the 1 killer. Now I'm hoping.
That too. One tackle.
Yeah, and it's all it's like he's all in, isn't he? He's all in on that blitzer. There you go. There's my poker reference. He's all in. He's gone all in on that blitzer.
That's his only blitzer too. Did they die?
I don't know. Maybe I think he's a bit of a min maxer. Is robbing the zone. I think he's a min maxer. Well, he's only 40-50, so obviously blitzers are more expensive than line women. So he's probably thinking, you know what? I just want the 1 killer. I'll just you can get blodged with everything else. I think he's a great coach. I really do, and I could see him go really, really well. He needs to have led what he did last season because against some of these good coaches like Aswin, you make 1 mistake and that could be the difference between you going through and going out. And I think obviously what happened to him against Aswin last season, I'd hope he'll learn from it. But I think he'll do well. Anything you don't like about this apart from the lack of blitzers?
Who in your mind carries the ball? Is it this Agility 4 woman?
Yeah,
or is it just some random?
Has to be the I can't think anybody else. But again, no sure hands. We seem to be talking a lot about this. Even my crappy team's got a guy with sure hands because obviously there's a lot of people with like Azawin's got strip ball, Fuji Fuji team, they've got strip ball, and you're gonna be struggling, and this guy's is almost as great as that. I mean, one of the best coaches you'll ever see on the PS4 is it Tori 3005? He's awesome. Oh, hi Tori, new follower. Thanks, mate. Well done. What's the chances of that coming up and me saying the same thing? But yeah, sure hands is. Tori, yours hasn't been done. I don't want to give it away, but yours hasn't been done yet. The Triple B ranking expects you to do quite well. To be fair.
He should do pretty well, yeah.
Yeah, he did. He's a good player. But yeah, I agree with you. No sure hands. Agility 4. I love the coach, but what I don't like is got just the 1 killer, and as we showed last season, take care of the killer is very toothless. He's only got 1 ball carrier. Get rid of the ball carrier, a bit toothless. Calling a wife after trip is a worry because he always lets people down. And that's your ball sacker. That name's
Maybe
Jinx,
Trip's
man.
Wife. Yeah. Maybe Trip's wife is a lot better than Trip himself.
But the thing is, Trip's wives are orcs. I mean, the orc cheerleaders. Everybody knows Tripp's wife is the cheerleader, so it's sort of yeah. I think this could be.
With those
yeah, I think that's a fake Tripp wife, so you never know, might do a bit better. But yeah, I don't know. Now we've come to the part of the show. We're hoping to have Donald Trump on. I've got the President of the United States might be coming on in about 10-15 minutes for the next show. So although I will be closing this in about 5 minutes, I will be back on with hopefully the President of the United States of America. That will be a very interesting show, to say the least, as we'll go through the next 4. But which out of these 4 would you think will do the best?
I know you're going to say Fuji no Jukai.
That was a good pronunciation. Fuji no Jukai. Very good. No Jukai.
I really do want to say them.
Well, just say them then.
The Wood Elves.
They do look good.
I want to be. I'm kind of a hipster. I want to choose something else.
Well, choose something else.
I know you're going to choose them, but I do think that they are going to do a lot better.
Yeah,
than the other 3.
I like the Amazons because I like Rob. I always, the problem with me is the reason. It's saying that my tipping's pretty good, but when I do sometimes get it wrong is because I fall in love with the coach. Even with a team where I think, there's a few holes, I don't care it's Azaway won't let me down. You know what I mean? Or a Segal or something like that. I'm like, because I know what I'm going to get with them. And I like Rob as well, but I can't. The thing what puts you off with Shod is he's had a bad playoffs before. The team's great. The team's great.
I think in my mind, the way I'm doing it is if there's a tournament between these 4 teams that you've chosen.
Yeah.
I think Shad would come out on top.
Yeah,
between the 4 of them.
Yeah, and I agree, and that's why I'm picking Fuji no Jukai. I've got to go with Shad because I think Shad's improving all the time. He was a good player. He's just one of those who hasn't had the break in the playoffs, and this could be his season. Meligold did fantastic with them last season. Got to the semi-final. He played them brilliantly, and Joe played them just as good as Meligold, and I think he'll do well. So that's my tip. I'm going to go obviously with Shad out of these 4, but I think all 4 teams have got a chance. All 4 teams are quite solid in one way or the other. So that's what I go for.
It really will depend on who they draw and who their future teams that they'll play end up being. Because some of them could get lucky breaks and end up with the perfect matchup.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, like I say, when the formulas being done and there's a ranking system, between these 4 teams, there was hardly anything in it. If you like in the 100-meter sprint, it's like there was half a second between these 4, finishing together. It was that tight. There's really nothing between these 4 teams. It's just that one has to be above the other, basically. So yeah, there you go. So that's that done. I'm now just obviously going to ring the White House up, see when Donald Trump is available to stop running the country and building his wall, and going to be able to come on to to talk to me on the on his most favourite sport, obviously what is Blood Bowl. So thank you for Shagrath, much appreciated to come on. If anybody wants to come on, it's fine. If you can't speak English very well, I am fluent in plenty of languages, so I can translate for you. So if you're Spanish or French or whatever else, I am pretty good. Chinese, I can do it. I've translated before with Serious Jest. I think it was Segal. We translate fantastic. So the likes of Aswin, there's definitely no excuse for you not to come on. I am a very good Spanish translator. Yeah.
If he's in the chat too, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And you don't want to let your fan base down. There's a lot of people want to see Azo. Fan Fox, look at him. He sneaked in there. Would you trust a postman around all those wives? Well, he always delivers. He'll make them happy, won't he? Fan Fox, obviously we were talking about my missus, wasn't we? I'll just quickly do this. He was talking about my missus liking VG Purist and all that stuff. My own son doesn't really like me as a Blood Bowl coach, but Fan Fox, he's his number 1 fan. He loves Fan Fox. So, my 8-year-old thinks Fan Fox is awesome and he's the best coach in the world. My missus just loves VG Purist and Rambo. And poor old me, I just don't get no love. All I get told is my tips are cursed.
Rough home life.
It is. And my Bernie Buffon, I'm named after a dog. who's just laid next to me. So fantastic. So yeah, can't get any better. Fantastic. Yeah. Anyway, we're done, guys. Thanks for listening. We will be back on. It could be 5, could be 10, could be 15 minutes. But I'm hoping Donald Trump will be in the office. And do not miss that one because it's going to be awesome. Okay, thanks, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.